This New York Athletic Club crew is actually just 4 Northeastern University rowers from Boston. In the bow seat, Texas Lawton from Australia competed on the under-23 team last year in the Coxed 4, winning bronze at the World Championships. Not going for for under-23 selection this year, but instead racing at Hollenbecker and now here at Henley as the New York Athletic Club from the United States.
Attention. Go.
What's your expectation for this race, Adam?
This is going to be a tight race, actually. You could really hear the water ripping as though everyone was putting down the power to get off the blocks there. New York Athletic Club, their quote from the other day was around how they had a really beastly start, and hopefully this is another one of those. I mean, it looks pretty beastly to me. Look at that.
Very aggressive. They've got to watch their steering here, moving off their line.
Flags up. Oh, we're getting close to clashing territory here.
Might have an all clash here. Very close.
Oh, they've managed to recover that. Let's hopefully that's not too much speed off, but still very close, isn't it?
New York being asked to return to their station by the umpire. So hard in these Coxless boats, especially with that little bit of a struggle that most crews seem to have with the stream as they come past Temple Island. But they look like they're back on their station now, and it has, I think, knocked a bit of speed off because they did have a very aggressive start, but it's Edinburgh that's just sitting up on them in the lead at the moment.
It can be a little bit disruptive. I mean, it's such fine adjustments with the foot, which is just controlling this tiny bit of piano wire and a tiny little rudder. It's amazing how much effect that can have on the rhythm. But both boats are neck and neck here, aren't they? This is going to be a great race all the way down.
Yeah, look, I think that the crew from New York Athletic Club, these rowers from Northeastern University, were pretty confident coming into today's race, so they might be shocked to see the Edinburgh University crew just sitting a couple of seats up on them, and it looks like they are actually moving out.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good experience in that Edinburgh crew. You know, the stern pair with the stern pair from that PA4 that won last year, so they know this course. They've got their routine on how to take it out, and that's a good advantage over this. Even though these New York Athletic Club rowers are, you know, huge, they're almost blocking out the other crew as that shot was down by the water level there.
Yeah, really aggressive style that they have, and perhaps it's come from rowing in 8s and rowing in Cox boats, and now coming to a boat like the Straight 4, which I think requires a bit more finesse, a bit more run out, just a little bit more touch. And we can see then comparatively how smooth this Edinburgh University crew looks on screen. Really flat, really smooth, not a lot of disruption to the boat.
Yeah, Rufus rowing very smoothly there and setting up a nice rhythm. Yeah, you mentioned the New York Athletic Club. So obviously they've put this crew together maybe sort of relatively recently, and you know, that talk of being more familiar with the 8s and having a bit more finesse in the 4. But where they train up on the sort of the Hudson Sound, actually, it can be quite sort of tidal. So you'd expect them to have some good boat skills as well, which is easily going to cope with the water here, because it's great conditions at Henley today.
It is. It's definitely the best day that we've seen so far. The sun's out. Just a very light puff of wind about, but nothing much to upset the crews. And certainly in the morning we haven't seen the number of motorboats out that you would normally see, so the water's still in pretty good nick. But this Edinburgh University crew really looking very smooth and very strong.
Yeah,
I'm a little bit surprised.
Yeah, it's been a great race for them. I mean, they're a quality crew. I mean, it's not over yet. That's still an unsafe distance. What they've got there. You always want a bit more of a buffer, but I guess that's the problem when you're racing. You never feel that enough is enough.
Yeah, well, their coach Colin Williamson was, I think, pretty positive, pretty confident ahead of this race. He said that they're hoping for another paddle in today, but he hopes that the boys will go for the whole race if that's what they have to do. But he said there's not much to improve on, so he must be pretty happy with the rows that they've had so far. About 2 lengths lead now to the Edinburgh crew, looking very strong.
This is a good race for these guys, obviously building that momentum through the regatta, and obviously, you know, these guys will be looking to do under-23s later this year as well. Rufus was in the under-23 8s, Callum's been in the under-23 8, and Matt Christie in bow has been rowing for Canada, rowed the lightweight men's single at the World Universities. So, you know, good experience on board, and obviously looking to sort of develop their rowing careers, and I think and go on to international stage, and I think this is, you know, to be over halfway down the course and have this commanding distance is a good show.
Yeah, this crew actually train with the British under-23 lightweight quad, also from Edinburgh, so they have a nice quick crew to pace themselves with and train against.
Yeah, you can't beat a good lightweight crew as a sparring partner. You know, they're always going to be quite whippy and high on the rates and trying to sort of nip at your heels, and I think they've obviously used that training very well here, because they look very relaxed. Hopefully those little more hens will hop out the way.
Certainly not letting things go just yet is the New York Athletic Club on the right-hand side. They're coming down to the enclosures and they know this is their chance. They have to go for it now if they want to get themselves back into contention, but it's been a very polished crew here from Edinburgh University, leading for much of the race.
Yeah, they're keeping it under control. You can hear the crowd cheering for them, giving them a good shout, willing them home. New York just hanging in there, but I think they've just got a bit too much distance to make there, and it's really hard for the bowman making the calls to have a little look around and see the distance and say sort of positive words that are going to take them up. It looks like they've stuck in the rate a little bit. They're gradually creeping it up.
New York Athletic Club there on screen in the bow seat, Texas Lawton from Australia. I think they're taking the rate up here.
It's 38 for New York Athletic Club, so they're really sort of taking up to the top of the rev counter, so to speak.
And I mean, it's what you have to do. There are no lives after this one, so
that's right. Yeah, it's your regatta. Yeah, you've got to give it some.
But they look really confident here, Edinburgh. I mean, they've taken it right down. They can see what's coming, and that's what happens when you get a 2 or 3 length advantage. You can see what's coming, and you can see how quickly that crew's moving. And I'm sure that if they had to, they would move it up a pip in order to defend their position. But they're not having to do that. The lead was too great. It is Edinburgh University taking out this race of the Visitors Challenge Cup over the New York Athletic Club from the United States of America.